What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tempe Creek, where we work and talk about all things farming, viticulture, and our winery operation. And today we're answering the question, are cows worth it? To answer the question, are cows worth it, we're going to be doing a cost-benefit analysis using our numbers as a case study. To give you guys a little bit of a context, we have one bull, one steer, two calf cow pairs on 13 acres. The big white cow is actually our steer, which could be counted as another cow-calf pair because of what all the inputs that go into him. However, to keep our numbers true, we're gonna just count them as a freeloader for this whole case study. So here are the numbers. We spend about $450 a year on hay to get us through the winter. We don't add any other hay during the growing seasons or any other season because the grass grows here pretty much year round other than the winter. We also spend about $240 on cattle cubes throughout the year. We use the cattle cubes when people come here, they feed the cows. It's part of the whole experience when you come to Tempe Creek Vineyard and Farm. So they probably get a little bit more cattle cubes than your standard cows. We also buy protein tubs 2 to 3 times a year. I'm gonna go on the high end and say we do it 3 times a year. They're about $55 a pop. That brings us to about $160-ish a year. We also buy some salt lick cubes, bricks, I don't know, which ends up being like about $20 a year. And then they get wormed once a year, which is an additional $50 a year on that. And then the last thing we have to do is we usually rent a trailer. We don't own our own trailer because we don't use it often enough. And so once a year we spend about $100 on a trailer, either taking our cows to slaughter or to the auction. This last year we took both our cows to slaughter because meat prices were good and we didn't have any meat left in the freezer. What we ended up getting back from slaughter after all said and done was 400 pounds. The total cost of that was $850 for those 400 pounds, and that's after it's been processed, meat in our hands. So those are all our inputs. Let's go ahead and figure out how much our price per pound is based off of our inputs and what we actually got in our hands at the end of the day. If you add everything up, we spend about $1,870 a year on the cows. We get back 400 pounds of meat. If you do a little math magic and divide that, we end up getting a value of $4.68, somewhere around there, is the cost to create that meat that we get back from the butcher. Guys, in the comments below, let me know what your price per pound is for your meat that you get from your cows. I'm really interested to know what it costs you guys to get your hands on that tasty meat. Also, if you're getting any value out of this, guys, go ahead and do me a favor and add some value to me, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's gonna help this channel grow so that I can bring you more content on what it costs to run and operate a small farm, vineyard, and a winery. So let's go ahead and answer the question, are they worth it? To figure out a good measuring stick, this is what I did. I took meat prices from a couple of different supermarkets and then I averaged it. Ground chuck is averaging about $6 a pound on different supermarkets roughly. And then almost any other cut of steak was averaging just under $10. And so what I decided to do is take that $6 and that $10. I'm gonna average the two, and what we're gonna get an $8 per pound price for that meat that it would cost us if we were to go and just purchase this at the supermarket. And so to figure out our value, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and subtract $4.67 from that $8 mark. And so we can figure out how much extra value we are getting, how much extra value we are saving. If you subtract those numbers together, and what we end up getting is $3.32.5. So for every pound that we get, we are actually saving $3.32. I'm gonna go ahead and multiply that times what the amount of meat we got this year. So 400 times our value, and we get $1,330. Never thought. $1,330 value saved by growing our own meat or harvesting our own meat. I don't know, what do you call it? killing our cows. But wait, there's actually an extra value that is added onto keeping cows. We get an ag exemption here. Overall, we have a little bit over 20 acres, and so we're able to claim it in our county. And so that actually ends up being a value of about $1,200 a year. So if I take the value saved from our meats, the value saved from our taxes, so I actually save $2,530 every year for keeping cows on the farm. And this is without us being really efficient. Our steer could actually be another cow-calf pair, and we would have gained more value out of that. We actually are trying to grow our herd, but we've been really unlucky. We've had like 5 boys in a row, and so we haven't had any extra cows to actually grow the herd. And then this year we actually got 2 girls, and so now we're not gonna actually have any meat for this year, but it's a bittersweet because now we're gonna be able to have 4 cows every year, have 4 babies, and then we'll basically be able to keep our meat, and we might even be able to sell some to slaughter or to friends. And so that's gonna be another value added for keeping those cows on the farm. I'm gonna be breaking down the cost of all our different operations, so make sure you stay tuned and hit that notification bell to learn more about what it costs to run a small farm.